Kush is the ancient kingdom you've likely never heard of. Most people are familiar with ancient Egypt. We know the stories of the famous pharaohs, and we know all about the impressive pyramids. The Egyptians were one of the first true civilizations recorded, so they deserve an important place in our history books. However, long ago, there was another mighty country called Kush. This kingdom once ruled a part of Africa known as Nubia, which is present-day Sudan and parts of Egypt. Kush started as an ancient culture in 2500 BC before it became an Egyptian colony in around 1500 BC. But in around 1070 BC, as Egypt began to weaken, the Kushite kings took control of large parts of Egypt. From this period on, Kush became the Kingdom of Kush. It is believed that at its height, Kush was one of the most powerful nations in the region. Although Kush ruled over much of Egypt for a while, the two countries shared a special relationship. This included periods of friendship, trade, and war. Later in 671 BC, the Assyrians from Asia invaded Egypt in a bold move. They succeeded in driving the Kushites back to Nubia.
Hello, welcome to English for You. I'm Laura.
And I'm Sam.
So today we're going to talk about a mysterious ancient kingdom.
We are. Kush, I think it's called, but we'll find out about that, obviously, coming up. Yeah.
I've probably never heard of this place.
And I guess that's the point of the article, is probably something that we've never heard of before. Yeah, and I think, as we'll probably find out, it's going to be somewhere around like Northern Africa, perhaps where Egypt is now, or next to where Egypt is now, but I guess we'll find out.
Right, 所以今天我们的主题要讲北非版的失落的帝国，你们有听过吗？库施王国的历史。Okay, and I want to explain a little bit because it's in our topic. Kush is the ancient kingdom you've likely never heard of, and Kush 就是古代北非的文明的库施，而 Kushite that's the adjective 就是库施的，那它可以也可以当做名词哦，表示库施人。Okay, let's dive right into today's article to find out more about this ancient kingdom.
Right, I'm excited to learn a little bit about this one.
It's like the movie Mummies.
Yeah. So it starts by saying, most people are familiar with ancient Egypt. We know the stories of the famous pharaohs, and we know all about the impressive pyramids.
I've always wanted to go to Egypt, but it's one of those places that I don't know if I could ever go one day.
Yeah, I have been when I was a kid.
Oh, no.
But
wow.
it's quite a long time ago, so
okay.
I remember some parts, but not all of it.
Okay, Egypt 我非常想去哦，就是埃及，它是一个名词。那 Pharaoh 就是法老。那我们想到埃及，是不是想到非常神秘的金字塔？英文就是 pyramid。那课文是提到说，大多数的人对这个古埃及比较熟悉啊，像是我们都会知道知名的法老故事，以及壮观的金字塔。This is something when I watch like movies of mummies and the pyramids, I get really excited.
Yeah, me too. So the article then says, the Egyptians were one of the first true civilizations recorded, so they deserve an important place in our history books.
OK， 所以课文提到说，这个埃及是最早记载的真正的文明之一。Egyptian 它有提到这个字就是埃及人，而civilization 就是文明，它是一个名词哦。因此呢，课文提到说，在我们的历史书上是值得占有重要的地位哦。这里的 deserve 当作动词就是应得或是值得。
So the article then says, however, long ago there was another mighty country called Kush. So here we go, the first time we hear Kush mentioned in the article. But first we need to look at a pocket phrase. So it's a nice little pocket phrase called long ago. This simply means a long time ago, as it kind of suggests. So long ago there was a country called Kush. A long time ago there was a country Or, long ago, I worked in IT with computers, which is true, I did. That was a long time ago.
Okay, long ago. 我们其实常听这个 fairy tales, once upon a time, a long, long time ago, 很久以前哦。那我们来造另外一个例句。Long ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, they had some wild adventures. Okay, we don't have dinosaurs anymore, okay?
No.
所以课文提到说，然而很久以前还有另外一个强大的国家，我们可能就不知道，就是库施。
Okay, and we have the word mighty. So this is a vocab word, and it means to be really strong and powerful. The country Kush was really strong, so it was mighty. An example of mighty could be the brave soldier fought and killed the mighty dragon, the big strong dragon.
Okay, I'm going to use another example sentence later with dragon as well. So,
Okay.
mighty 就是威武的、强而有力的这个形容词。The mighty dragon soared through the sky, breathing fire and protecting its treasure. I guess that's mighty dragons. That's something that we relate to easily.
Yeah, I guess dragons are these great big animals, these big beasts, so we associate it with mighty.
Right.
So back to the article, and we see this kingdom once ruled a part of Africa known as Nubia, which is present-day Sudan and parts of Egypt. So it's not a place anymore. It combines a bit of Sudan and parts of Egypt today. So this part has the vocab word kingdom. And a kingdom is a country or area ruled by a king or queen, which is why it has the word king in it. So we can't say queendom, we have to say kingdom. So think about the United Kingdom. This is talking about 4 countries, which are England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and they're grouped together and ruled by one king or queen. So let's have a look at another example for kingdom. The queen travelled across her kingdom to meet the leaders of each city.
Okay, kingdom 就是王国的意思，它是一个名词哦。For example, once upon a time, in a magical kingdom far, far away, there lived a brave princess and her loyal dragon. 我们在看童话故事，可能就会提到这个遥远遥远的王国，有没有？还有呢，刚刚我们有提到 rule，OK？ 其实 rule 在这里是动词哦，就是统治、管辖。那常搭配的词就是 rule over something， 表示统治啊，或是管辖某个地方。所以这个王国曾经是统治过非洲的一部分诶，被称为 Nubia， 然后也就是现在的苏丹还有埃及的部分地区。所以如果想要知道它的地理位置，这是一点 background information.
Right. So that we then learn Kush started as an ancient culture in 2500 BC. So that's before the year 0. Before it became an Egyptian colony in around 1500 BC. So here we have colony. A colony is one country that is ruled by another foreign country. So in the article, colony is used to mean that one country, Egypt, started ruling over another country, Kush. Another example would be in the past, many European countries had colonies in Africa, Asia, and America. So colonies, well, sometimes they could be a good thing for the colonized country. They're often considered not great for the colonized countries. So kind of when we have empires, then empire will have many colonies in it.
Colony 是殖民地哦，它是一个名词。可是我这里的例句要比较有想象的空间，因为我很喜欢外太空的东西。Imagine having a cool colony on the moon with awesome space adventures every day. I'm really into space movies.
Yes.
That's probably why. Okay, now we mentioned BC. 这里其实 BC 是 before Christ. OK 的缩写，那它就是西元前。那我们知道Egypt。OK 是埃及，那 Egyptian 是它的形容词，就是埃及的或是埃及人的。那课文提到就是呢，库施它是始于西元前2500年的古老文化，那后来在西元前的1500年左右成为埃及的殖民地哦。
Okay, back to the article and we see But in around 1070 BC, as Egypt began to weaken, the Kushite kings took control of large parts of Egypt. So the first thing to look at here is weaken. This is a verb to mean that something became weaker. An example could be, the strong earthquake weakened the old building, so everyone had to leave immediately.
Weaken 就是变弱啊，衰弱，它是一个动词哦。After playing video games all night, my energy started to weaken, and I needed a power-up snack.
Right.
You guys should know what I'm talking about. You love video games.
Yeah, I certainly know what you're talking about.
Right, okay. 所以课文是说，但在西元前1070年左右呢，随着埃及开始衰弱，然后这个库施的国王们控制了这个埃及的大部分的地区哦。So take control of something.
Okay, what does that mean? So it means to gain power over something or to start to rule it. We often use this to talk about one country taking over another. Like Russia has been trying to take control of Ukraine for some time now without much success.
Take control of something 就是控制啊，或是接管。For example, the young hero was determined to take control of their destiny and become the greatest wizard. Harry Potter?
Yeah, sounds like it. So from this period on, Kush became the kingdom of Kush. It is believed that at its height, Kush was one of the most powerful nations in the region.
Wow, okay. So from this period on 就是表示从那个时候开始，那个时期开始。On 在这里有继续、不停的意思。所以先来看一下课文整句哦。在那个时期开始，库施成为库施王国。那在最巅峰的时期呀，注意哦，这里名词 height 是巅峰，所以 at its height 就是在库施王国最巅峰的时期哦。那据信在这个时期，库施是该地区最大的国家之一。那刚刚就看到了 It is believed that 也是今天的 language in focus. So let's take a look at that.
Okay.
It is said or believed or reported that 是有着据说、据信或是据报道等等的意思，用来表达客观的事实或是众人的意见啊、说法啊。那搭配使用的动词具有陈述或者是报告的性质。那句子当中的 it 是虚主词， that 所引导的名词子句才是真正的主词哦。来提一些例句，大家会比较有感觉哦。It is believed that eating chocolate makes you feel happier. 真的吗？那我要赶快去吃巧克力。Or it is said that eating carrots improves your eyesight. I think that's true as well. 那再来呢，我们也可以将本句这个句型改写为不定词的结构。OK， 所以比方像是你可以说It is said or believed reported that 后面接主词再接动词，然后可以怎么改写呢？主词再加 be 动词 said, believed or reported to the 不定词哦。我们来造个例句比较清楚。举例来说，如果我要把 It is said that the concert will be postponed due to bad weather 改写为不定词，就会变成 The concert is said to be postponed due to bad weather 意思就是据说音乐会因为天气不好而延期。那如果原先 that 子句的动作发生时间早于 reported, believed 或是 said 等等的动词时间，改写的不定词需要写为 to have 然后接 pp。 举例来说 It is believed that aliens had visited our planet in the past. 注意听我的改写哦。Aliens are believed to have visited our planet in the past. 这样听懂了吗？
Okay, so we're going to look at a vocab word that's also in the last part, but we should probably just refresh ourselves with what this last part was. So the article said Kush was one of the most powerful nations in the region. So here we've got powerful. So the word means very strong, just like mighty that we looked at earlier. So if something is powerful, it is mighty, it is very strong. So this probably means that we should have heard of Kush before, but many of us haven't, as we know. But it was a very, very strong nation. An example of powerful could be Joseph is a rich businessman who has bought many companies, so people think that he's very powerful. He's very strong. Strong and mighty person.
Powerful 就是有影响力的、强大的，是一个形容词。For example, with a powerful team of friends, we can conquer any challenge that comes our way.
Right. The article then goes on to say, although Kush ruled over much of Egypt for a while, the two countries shared a special relationship. This included periods of friendship, trade, and war. Later in 671 BC, the Assyrians from Asia invaded Egypt in a bold move.
Assyrian 指的是亚述人，所以 Assyria 就是亚述帝国，是公元前2025年兴起于两河流域的一个国家哦。OK， 那刚刚有提到 invade 这个动词就是入侵啊，或是侵略啊。那我们还有提到 move 当作名词哦，是有行动的意思。所以虽然库施曾一度统治了这个埃及的大部分地区，但是这两个国家之间有着特殊的关系哦。这包括友谊啦、贸易啊，还有战争时期。那后来在西元前671年，来自于亚洲的刚刚有提到亚述人，以及以大胆的行动入侵埃及。Oh, no. War.
Yes, indeed. And we have another word to look at, an interesting word, bold. This means that something is very risky. There is a lot of risk involved. We usually use it to talk about a person, an idea, or a plan, just like in the article. So when the Assyrians invaded Egypt, it was very risky and brave. It was bold. Another example would be everyone thinks that Steve is very bold because he is always arguing with the boss.
Bold 就是冒风险的、很大胆的这个形容词。For example, in the game of life, be bold and take risks to unlock epic achievements. Wow.
Yeah. So today's article concludes or finishes with, they succeeded in driving the Kushites back to Nubia.
OK， 这里的 drive 动词哦是有迫使某人离开，所以他们成功将库施人这个逐出埃及，然后逼退到 Nubia。Okay, well, that brings us to the end of today's article.
Yep.
Finally, it's a long article. What do you know about ancient Egypt is our For You Check question.
Right. Well, this one, I should be able to answer this one because I've been to Egypt, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the article, that was a long time ago. But I do know that they had a lot of pharaohs. And I think a long time ago we had an article about one very famous pharaoh, Tutankhamun.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's the most famous one. But of course, Egyptians also had lots of big pyramids that you can still see today. And yeah, I think there are a lot of movies that are based around finding kind of mummies and these kind of ancient, what we call treasures, artifacts inside these pyramids and tombs. So I think it's a really interesting place to visit if anyone has the opportunity to do that.
And if not, you guys can check out movies. Yeah, and have a chat about this question after you watch the movies. What do you know about ancient Egypt? But if you still love this topic, it's okay because we'll be back tomorrow, right?
We will, yes.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Mighty. The boy stood up to look tall and showed off his muscles, trying to look mighty. Kingdom. This country was once a kingdom, but now it is led by a president. Colony. Britain had many colonies that helped make the country very rich during the height of its power. Weaken. As he grew older, my father's mind stayed strong, but his body was weakened by a long period of sickness. Powerful. Master Liu is a powerful fighter. You don't have a chance of winning against him. Bold. Everyone said Larry was bold to point out the teacher's mistake in the middle of class.
智慧小补帖
Pharaoh. Pyramid. Civilization. Deserve. Invade.